Hi friends, I'm Sumati here. Today we're going to discuss history. This is going to be useful for the people who are preparing for KS and IAS and other competitive exams. Do like my videos and subscribe my video. Let us get into today's topic, history, that is India under the English East India Company. First personality that we are going to see is Warren Hastings. That is his time period. It's 1772 to 1785. So his growth of East India Company's rule in India and reforms introduced by the first Governor General, that is Warren Hastings, and provisions, merits and defects of the Regulating Act of 1773, expansion of policy of Warren Hastings, the first Maratha War and the second Maratha War we are going to study, and Pitt India Act of 1784, impeachment of Warren Hastings. These many topics that we are going to cover. And Warren Hastings, East India Company. So first topic with this is English East India Company. English East India Company was established on 31st December 1600 as per the Royal Charter issued by the Queen of England, Elizabeth I. And the company had sent Captain Hawkins to the court of Mughal Emperor Jahangir in 1608 to secure a permission to establish a factory storehouse of goods at Surat. It was turned down initially. However, in 1613, Jahangir issued the firman permitting the East India Company to establish its first targeting post of Surat. Subsequently, Sir Thomas Roe obtained more trading rights and privileges for the East India Company. According to the English setup of business centers at Agra, Ahmedabad and Broch, slowly the English East India Company succeeded in expanding its area of trade. In 1639, Francis Day established the city of Madras and constructed the Fort St. George on the west coast. The company obtained Bombay on lease from their king Charles II for a rent of £10 per annum in 1668. By the year 1690, Job Charnock, the agent of the East India Company, purchased 3 villages, namely Satunuti and Govindapura and Kalikata, which is in course of time grew into the city of Calcutta. It was fortified by Job Charnock, who named it Fort William. And Fort William, after the English king William III, the factories and the trading centers which the English established all along the sea coast of India were grouped under 3 presidencies, namely Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. After the Battle of Plassey in 1757, the Battle of Buxar in 1764, the company became a political power. India was under the East India Company's rule till 1858, when it came under the direct administration of the British Crown. Robert Clive was the first governor of the Fort William under the company's rule. He was succeeded by Bartlett and Carter in 1772. The company appointed Warren Hastings as the governor of Fort William. Reforms of Hastings was when Warren Hastings assumed the administration of Bengal in 1772. He found it under the chaos. The financial positions of the company became worse and the duties were intensified by famine. Therefore, Warren Hastings realized that the immediate need for introducing reforms. Abolition of the dual system. The East India Company decided to act as a diwan and they undertake the collections of the revenue by its own agents. Hence, the dual system introduced by the Robert Clive was abolished. As a measure to improve the finances of the company, Warren Hastings reduced the Nawab's allowances of 32 lakhs of rupees to half of the amount. He also stopped the annual payment of 26 lakhs given to the Mughal emperor And revenue reforms are after the abolition of dual system, the responsibilities of collecting the revenue fell on the shoulder of the company. For that purpose, a board of revenue was established at Calcutta to supervise the collections of the revenue. English collectors were appointed in each district. The treasury was removed from the Murshidabad to Kolkata, and Accountant General was appointed. Kolkata thus became the capital of Bengal in 1772 and shortly after of British India. The Board of Revenue formed out of the land by actions for a period of 5 years instead of 1 year in order to find out their real value. The zamindars were given priority in the actions. However, certain good measures were taken to safeguard the interest of the peasants. Arbitrary cesses and unreasonable fines were abolished. Bodies restrictions were imposed on the enhancement of rent. Yet the system was failure. Many zamindars defaulted and the areas of revenue accumulated. And reorganization of the dual judicial system. The judicial system at the time of Warren Hastings ascendancy was a storehouse of abuses. The Nawab, who was Heteroto, the chief administrator of justice, misused his powers. Often his judgments were careless. The Jamindars, who acted as judges at the lower levels within their own areas, were highly corrupted and prejudiced. On the whole, the judicial institutions suffered from extreme corruptions. Warren Hastings felt that the necessity of reorganizing the judicial system. Each district was provided with a civil court under the collector and a criminal court under the Indian judge. To hear appeal from the district courts, two appellate courts, one for civil cases and other for the criminal cases, were established at Calcutta. The highest civil court of appeal was cancelled. Sardar Divani Adalat, that is Sardar Divani Adalat, which was to be president over by the governor, and two judges recruited from among the members of his council. Similarly, the highest appellate criminal court was known as a Sadar Nizamat Adalat, which was to function under the Indian judge appointed by the governor in council. Experts in Hindu and Muslims law were provided to assist the judges. A digest of Hindu law was prepared in Sanskrit by the learned Pandits, and it was translated to Persian and English translations of it. Code of Hindu laws was prepared by Hal Head. Trade and regulations and other reforms. Warren Hastings abolished the system of dastaks or free passes and regulated the international trade. He reduced the number of customs houses and enforced a uniform tariff of 2.5% for Indians and non-Indians goods. Private trade by the company's servants continued, but within enforceable limits. Waivers were given, better treatment and facilities were made to improve their conditions. He also introduced a uniform system of prepaid postage systems. A bank was started in Calcutta. He improved the police in Calcutta, and the dacoits were severely dealt with. The Regulation Act of 1773. The Regulation Act of 1773 opened a new chapter in constitutional history of the company. Previously, the home government in England consisted on the Court of Directors and the Court of Properties Proprietors, and the Court of Directors were elected annually and particularly manage the affairs of the company. In India, each of three presidencies were independent and responsible only to home government. The government of a presidency was conducted by governor and council. The following conditions invited the parliamentary inventions in the company's affairs. The English East India Company became a territorial power when it acquired a wide dominion in India. And also the Diwani writes, its early administration was not only corrupt but notorious. When the company was in a financial trouble, its servants were affluent. The disastrous famine which broke the in Bengal in 1770 affected the agriculturalists. As a result, the revenue collections was poor. In short, the company was on the brink of bankruptcy in 1773. The company approached the British government for the immediate loan. It was under these circumstances that the Parliament of England resolved to regulate the affairs of the company. Lord North, the Prime Minister of England, appointed a selected committees in inquire into affairs of company. The report submitted by the committee paved the way for the enactment of the Regulating Act. Provisions of the Act. The Regulating Act reformed the company's government at home and in India. The important provisions of this Act were the term of office of the members of the Court of Directors was extended from 1 year to 4 years. 1/4 of them were to retire every year, and the retiring directors were not eligible for the re-elections. The governor of Bengal was styled the Governor General of Fort William, whose tenure of the office was for a period of 5 years. A court of 4 members was appointed to assist the Governor General. The government was to be conducted in accordance with the decision of the majority, the governor, and Governor General casting a vote in a case of tie. The Governor General and Council was made supreme over the other presidencies in matter of the war and peace, and provision was made in the act for the establishment of Supreme Court at Calcutta, consisting of Chief Justice and 3 junior judges. It was to be independent of the Governor General in Council. In 1774, the Supreme Court was established by the Royal Charter. This act prevented the servants of the company, including the Governor General member of his council and the judges of the Supreme Court, from receiving directly or indirectly any gifts in kind of cash. Merits and demerits of the Act. The significance of the Regulating Act is to brought the affairs of the company under the control of the Parliament. Besides, it proved that the Parliament of England was concerned about the welfare of Indians. The greatest merit of the this act is that it put an end the arbitrary rule of the company and provided a framework for the future enactment relating to the governing of India. The main defect of the act was that the Governor General was made powerless because of the council, which was given supreme power, often created a deadlock by the overruling his decision. However, many of these defects were rectified by the Pitt's India Act of 1784. Expansionist policy of Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings was known for expansionist policy. His administrations witnessed the Rohilla War, the first Anglo-Maratha War, and the second Anglo-Mysore War. The Rohilla War. Rohilkhand was the small kingdom situated between the Oudh and the Marathas. Its ruler was the Hasif Rahmat Khan. He concluded a defensive treaty in 1772 with the Nawab of Oudh, fearing an attack by the Marathas. But no such attack took place, but the Nawab demanded money. When Rahmat Khan evaded, the Nawab, with the help of the British, invaded Rohilkhand. Warren Hastings, who set the British troop first at Rohilkhand, was severely criticized for his policy on Rohilla affair. First Anglo-Maratha War 1775 to 82. the Maratha were largely remained disunited since the Third Battle of Panipat of 1761. The internal conflict among the Marathas were the best utilized by the British in their expansion policy in 1775. There was a dispute for the post of a Peshwa between the Madhava Rao and his uncle Raghunath Rao. The British authorities in Bombay concluded the Treaty of Surat with Raghunath Rao in March 1775. Raghunath Rao promised to cede Basin and Salsette to British, but later, when he was unwilling to fulfill his promises, the British captured them. This action of the Bombay government was not approved by Warren Hastings. In 1776, Warren Hastings sent colonial upon to settle the issue. He cancelled the Treaty of Surat and conducted the Treaty of Purandar with Nana Fadnavis, another Maratha leader, according to the Treaty of Madhavaraf II. Was accepted the Nana Fadnavis, and British retained the settlement along with the heavy war indemnity. However, the Home authorities rejected the Treaty of Purandar. Warren Hastings also considered the Treaty of Purandar as a scrap of paper and sanctioned the operations against the Marathas. In the meantime, the British force sent by the Bombay government was defeated by the Marathas. In 1781, Warren Hastings dispatched British troops under the command of Captain Pophope. He defeated the Maratha chief Mahadaji and Scindia in a number of small battles and captured Gwalior. Later in May 1782, the Treaty of Salbai was signed between the Warren Hastings and Mahadaji Scindia. Accordingly, Salsette and Basin were given to British. Raghunath Rao was pensioned off and Madhava Rao too accepted as a Peshwa. The Treaty of Salbai established the British influence in Indian politics. It provided the British 20 years of peace with Maratha. The treaty also enabled the British to extend pressure on Mysore with the help of Marathas in recovering their territories from Hyder Ali. Thus, the British on one hand saved themselves from the combined opposition of Indian powers and on the other succeeded in dividing the Indian powers. The Second Anglo-Mysore War, that is 1782-84, the First Anglo-Mysore War took place in 1767-69. Hyder Ali emerged victorious against the British, and end of the war, a defensive treaty was concluded between Hyder Ali and British. After 11 years and Second Mysore War broke out, and the main causes for the Second Anglo-Mysore War were the British failed to fulfill the terms of the defensive treaty with the Hyder. Then he was attacked by the Marathas in 1771. There was an outbreak of hostilities between the English and French, an ally of Hyder, during the American War of Independence. The British captured the Mahe and French settlement within Hyder's territories. Hyder Ali formed the Grand Alliance with the Nizams of Hyderabad and the Marathas against the British in 1779. The war began when the British led their force through Hyder's territory without his permissions to capture the Guntur in northern Sarkars, and Hyder Ali defeated the colonial Balis and captured the Arcot in 1780. The next year, Warren Hastings, by the clever stroke of diplomacy, divided the confederacy. He made peace with the Nizam, won the friendship of Bhonsle, and came to understanding with the Scindia, both Marathas. Consistently, Hyder was isolated without any alliance. He was defeated by Sir Arcot and Porto Nova in March 1781. In December 1782, Hyder died of cancer at the age of 60, and his death was kept secret till his son Tippu Sultan assumed power. The Second Mysore War came to an end by Treaty of Mangaluru in 1783. Accordingly, all consequent were mutually restored and prisoners on both sides were liberated. Pitt's India Act of 1784, the regulating act, provided to be an unsatisfactory documents as it failed at its objective. In January 1784, Pitt the younger, who became a prime minister of England after the general elections, introduced the India Bill the British Parliament. Despite bitter debates in both the houses, the bill was passed after 7 months and it received royal assent in August 1784. This was the famous Pitt's India Act of 1784. Main provisions of Pitt's India Act: a board of control consisting of 6 members was created. They were appointed by the Crown. The court of directors was retained without any alterations in this composition. The act also introduced significant changes in the Indian administrations. It reduced the number of members of the Governor General's councils from 4 to 3, including the Commander-in-Chief. Pitt's India Act constitutes a significant landmark with regards to the foreign policy of the company. A critical review of the Act reveals that it had introduced a kind of contradictions in the function of the company. The court of directors controlled its commercial functions, whereas the board of control maintained its political affairs. In fact, the board represents the king. The directors symbolized the company. The impeachment of Warren Hastings. The Pitt's India Act of 1784 was a rude shock and bitter disappointment for Warren Hastings. The Prime Minister's speech censuring the policy of the government of Bengal was considered by Warren Hastings as a reflection on his personal character. His image and reputations were tarnished in England. Therefore, he resigned and left India in June 1785. And in 1787, Warren Hastings was impeached in the Parliament by Edmund Burke and brings for his administrative excess. Brooke brought forward 22 charges against him. The most important of them were related to Rohilla War, the case of Nanda Kumar, the treatment of Raja Chet Singh of Banaras, and the pressure of the Begum of Oudh. After a long trial which lasted till 1795, Warren Hastings was completely acquitted. He received a present from the company and lived till 1818. Nanda Kumbara was the influential official in Bengal. He was hanged to death by the verdict of the Supreme Court at Calcutta for petty offence of forgery. Thus, English law was applied in this judgment. It was contended that the Warren Hastings and the Sir Elijah Impey, the judge of Supreme Court, conspired against the Nanda Kumar. Warren Hastings imposed heavy penalty on the Raj Chet Singh on Banaras for his delay in payment to tribute the disposed him in the unjust manner. The Begum Oudh were mother and grandmother of Nawab of Oudh. Warren Hastings helped the Nawab by sending his troop to help of Nawab, who squeezed money from Begums. This was also high-handed policy. So estimate Warren Hastings. He was a gifted personality endowed with a strong will, great energy, and resourcefulness. His long stay in Bengal in the shadow of the Mughal culture traditions gave him enough opportunity to learn Oriental language such as Bengali, the official language, and Persian diplomatic languages, and to develop Oriental taste. Since he considered Indian culture as a basis for sound Indian administration, he patronized the learning of Indian language and art. His task was challenged, and Once, since he was surrounded by hostile forces, he faced his external enemies with a unflinching courage and unfailing resources, and his internal opponents with extraordinary patience and firmness. It was the foundation which Warren Hastings laid, and that other erected or states of edify. So with this we'll finish the Warren Hastings, and the outline of learning of Warren Hastings is how and East India Company established its rules in India, and reform of Warren Hastings such as revenue, judicial and trade, and purpose of the regulating act, its merit and defects, expansions policy of Warren Hastings, and outcome of the first Anglo-Maratha War and the second Anglo-Mysore War, the importance of Pitt's India Act of 1784, and general achievements of the Warren Hastings. So after going through this lesson, you must be able to answer these questions which I am going to leave below. Kindly answer for all the question answers and the dashes and the matches the followings. I am going to leave some of the model questions, and for your better understanding, listen this video for several times, and I hope this video is very much useful for you guys. Do like my videos and subscribe my channel for more updates. Thank you and have a great day.